Hi everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to make some really cool pumpkins. When you get to your desk, you're going to see a bunch of materials. You're going to see 2 larger balls of clay, 1 smaller one. You're going to see some tools that you can use. Remember to treat them with respect, and some slip. The first thing I want you to do when you get to your desk is make sure that your name is on your plate. We're not going to even use our tools yet. We're going to be using our hands for this first part. We're going to take one of the larger balls of clay and start pressing into it and pinching it to make a pinch pot. We want to make sure that the thickness is right. Use your pinky as reference. We want it no thicker than your pinky, or else it will explode in the kiln, and that will be very sad. After you're done with your first pinch pot, you're going to make another pinch pot with the second ball of clay. Then I want you to line them up and make sure they're similar in size. You can pinch one of them to make them bigger so that they fit together. For step 3, we're going to be scoring the lip of each pinch pot. Make sure that you rough up the surface of each of them. Now we're going to be putting slip onto these roughed up surfaces. Remember not to use too much slip and not too little slip. About this much is the right amount. Next, we're going to press those pots together. And then we're going to blend them together. Now we're going to smooth out this big ball of clay. We can use any of the tools that are there on your desk, whichever one you feel most comfortable using. Now we're going to make sure that your pumpkin has a flat bottom. We're going to just drop it lightly onto the table, just an inch above the table. At this stage, you can also reshape it a little bit, but just make sure you're gentle. Now we're going to be pressing to the top where we want the stem to be, and we're also going to be marking where we want these pumpkin lines. I like to make a plus and then make an X between those plus lines. Then we're going to use those lines that you marked out as reference to make these lines that go all the way around the pumpkin. Make sure that they connect on the bottom. Now for this next part, I want you guys to get creative. We're going to be making the vine. So first, your ball of clay is probably going to be too big. I want you to take off a piece of clay, check it, see if that's the right size. If not, take off more. Roll your vine out, and then we can add texture to the vine with our toothpick. And then after you add texture, you can actually twist it for this cool effect. Shape it out to the shape that you want. Make sure it looks good. Now we're going to be attaching it. Remember, when we're attaching something, we always have to score and slip. It's very important. Make sure that you press it down firmly onto your pumpkin so that it stays. Now for longer vines, you are going to have to be doing something a little more complicated. So you're going to twist it into the shape, and you're going to have to, wherever it touches the pumpkin, you're going to have to score and slip so that it stays on. I would not recommend just leaving your very long vine not attached to the pumpkin in any way, because it can break off very easily. Additionally, if your vine touches itself, you're going to have to score and slip that part too. Now we're gonna make a small hole in the bottom of your pumpkin. This is also very important because if you don't do this, it will explode in the kiln. Now you're all done with your pumpkin and you're gonna take it to the back table. Make sure you're really careful and hold your pumpkin when you go to the back table because you don't want to drop it. Now you're gonna go wash your hands and then sit patiently on the rug. When you get to the sink, you're gonna see a tub of water. You're gonna use that first. Try to get all the clay off your hands. Make them look pretty much clean before you wash them off in the sink. This is super important to remember to do because clay clogs up the sink.